thank you for allowing us to worship you in the outdoor sports. We thank you for allowing everyone to travel here safely today, and we ask for the continuing safety of all of our athletes, coaches, officials, and spectators during this event. And we worship you in everything we do. In Jesus' name, amen.
It's Friday night here in the Davis Fieldhouse. We're live from the campus of Bob Jones University here in Greenville, South Carolina, as your BJU Bruins getting set to welcome Campbellsville University-Harrodsburg out of Kentucky. Kind of a little bit of a strange scheduling event. The ladies' teams are here in Greenville playing against one another, and actually the two men's teams playing against each other tonight, but up in Kentucky. So we'll try to keep you updated as well of what's going on in the men's game. I will say right from the start, we did have a game before this one, and unfortunately we're having some technology issues with the score bug. So I will give score updates in an annoying fashion as many times as I can until that bug issue is resolved, but hopefully it will be back underway here before too long. Bruins wearing their alternate black jerseys tonight. And you heard the starting lineup just moments ago. Shea Dickinson, Grayson Ledford, Tamara Kanichka, Delaney Edwards, and Bethany Dalton. A lot of seniors and upperclassmen getting the nod tonight from Coach LeVere. The Bruins coming into this one, having won 3 straight games, starting to find their groove and rhythm here before the end of first semester. And taking on the Pioneers for the second time this season. And in talking to Coach Levere before the game, he just said, we made too many mental mistakes down the stretch when we played them at their place. And he said, we have got to take care of the basketball. And if you have watched women's basketball for the Lady Bruins over any stretch, you will realize that Coach Levere always stresses doing the little things well, playing defense, rebounding, those kinds of things. So the Bruins will look to do that here tonight. It's 0-0 our score. We are just about a minute through the first quarter here from the Davis Fieldhouse. Dickinson, and that's going to be a 10-second violation on the Bruins. And the ball had gotten poked out of play, and just like that, the Bruins have a turnover. So the Pioneers taking back over. Top of the key is Shekels. Swing pass to the other side of Gonzalez, getting it down into the post. Shekels with it at the elbow, kicking it back out into the corner. Driving baseline. Pioneers still with possession, 6 on the shot clock. Shekels, step back jumper on the way. That's not going to go. And Edwards secures the rebound. Grayson Ledford. Back to Edwards. Nice give and go. Nice slip pass, but an even better block coming the other way was Michaela Smith. As she blocked that one out of bounds, it'll stay Bruins basketball. Still no score here, almost 2 minutes into the contest. Good pass to Tamara Konitschka, and that will be the first basket of the game for the BJU Bruins. They lead 2-0. Tamara Konitschka with the layup. Again, if you're just joining us, we are aware of the score bug issue, so please keep your volume up, and I will update you with the score and the time as much as I can throughout the broadcast here. Our score is 2-2 now after that basket by the Pioneers. They're applying some full court pressure. And again, that clock is going to reset after the Bruins had exchanged possession and then got it back. 7:25 and counting here in this first quarter. And again, as I said, we will keep you up to date. The men's teams from these two schools actually playing up in Kentucky tonight. So, as I said at the beginning of the broadcast, a little bit of a weird scheduling configuration with the two ladies teams playing here in Greenville and the two men's teams up in Kentucky. Both of them actually playing at the same time, too. Right now, the Bruins are leading Campbellsville-Harrodsburg up in Kentucky 7-5. And down here in Greenville, it is 3-2 in favor of the Bruins after that free throw by Bethany Dalton. Second one on the way is good as well. Make it 4-2 with just over 7 minutes remaining here in quarter number one. Nice putback that time by Michaela Smith. And that ties the score at 4-4, and then another pressure situation as the Pioneers get it right back. Shackles going through the lane. Poked away, and again, the Pioneers just going full court, man-to-man defense, really pressuring the Bruins. And the Bruins doing a good job passing out of it that time. Dickinson going strong to the lane. And she is fouled, so she'll go to the line for two. Dickinson misses both. That rebound secured by Woods. Still 4-4, 6.5 to go in this first quarter. Woods running into her own player, pulls it back out now. Driving baseline. Shekels. Back up top. Little hesitation through the lane, up off the glass, and we're going to have an offensive foul. That time called on Aronia Woods. And I don't think Woods landed right. She is down, and the medical trainer's coming out to take a look. as there was a lot of contact going through the lane. They did call an offensive foul on that sequence, so the Bruins will get the ball back, but obviously at this point you're more concerned about Woods. She really hit the floor hard, so again, the athletic training staff taking a look. And thankfully, she is now up in the sitting position. Our score 4-4 here with just over 6 minutes, 6:12 to be exact, in the first quarter. Again, our apologies. We've had some technology issues with a scorebug device, and unfortunately, we have continued to run into some of those issues, so working to get that resolved as quickly as possible. If you were watching any of the last game, we ran into some of those issues in the first part of the first half, then it kind of corrected itself, so gotta love technology. Woods appears to be okay. She's back on the bench now, and certainly hope she's able to come back into the game for the Pioneers. Grayson Ledford bringing it up for the Bruins, gets it over to Bethany Dalton. Senior to senior, back to Delaney Edwards. That's a good spot for her. She's not able to convert from the free throw line, and now Shea Dickinson going to be called for over-the-back foul. That's the first one on Shea Dickinson, first team foul for the Bruins as well. With 6 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. Step-back jumper on the way. That one no good. Offensive rebound goes to Gonzalez. Back to Douthat. Tried to find Sheckles. She was double-teamed in the corner. Douthat driving past. Elbow jumper on the way. That one too strong. And again, the rebounding of Michaela Smith. She's using that big frame to be able to grab those rebounds. We don't have official stats right now, but she has been able to get already about 2 to 3 offensive rebounds. And again, particularly at this level, players who have her size and ability oftentimes don't have the, if I can say it this way, the coordination. And she's doing a great job in positioning, of seeing where the ball is going and then going and tracking it down. She misses the second one, but she did hit the first, so it's 5-4 in favor of the Pioneers. As we have 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Unfortunately, that last one tipped off of Bethany Dalton's fingertips, so the Pioneers get it back. This one inbounded. Gonzalez will try the three from the corner, no good. Bethany Dalton going to chase down the rebound. Bruins pushing it in transition. And now Grayson Ledford will slow things up as the Bruins look to regroup offensively. Gets it to Delaney Edwards, driving through the lane. Left-handed hook shot on the way, no good. And now Sheckles pushing it in transition for Campbellsville-Harrodsburg. Top of the key, gets it over to Gonzalez on this near side. And now the lead up to 7-4 with 4 minutes and 36 seconds left in this first quarter. Three-pointer from the outside, no good. And that'll bring us to our first media timeout. 4:17 left to go in this first quarter. And the Bruins Bruins trailing the Pioneers 7-4. Upstate Granite Solutions is a proud partner of your BJU Bruins with over 100 years of industry experience. Upstate Granite Solutions tailors their services to help with each individual project you may have. You can check them out online at upstategranitesolutions.com. Also want to say our Bruins Sports Summer Camps will be announced soon for summer 2022. Train with Bruins players and learn from our expert coaches the skills to help you improve your game. Information will soon be available at bjubruins.com/camps. Had over 1,000 campers this last summer at our sports camps, and would invite you and your youngster out as well. So that information will be available again in the coming weeks at bjubruins.com/camps. 4 minutes and 17 seconds left to go in quarter number 1. And again, we are aware of the score bug issues, and so is our video provider. They are in the process of trying to get that fixed for us. So keep your volume up, and I will be giving score updates pretty much on every single possession. It's 7-4 with 4:17 coming out of our first media timeout. Pioneers leading. Catherine Skibo seeing her first action in the game. Three-pointer from the outside. That one good. Three-point bomb by Emily Washington, and that increases the lead 10-4 now. Ledford driving through the lane. Nice handoff to Bethany Dalton. Good find that time by Ainsley Hutton on the backdoor pass. Score is now 10-6 in favor of Campbellsville. Three-point shot from the outside, in and out. Hutton able to sky for the rebound. Now it's Ledford pushing in transition. Has that one poked away. It'll stay Bruins basketball. Couple of subs coming in for the Pioneers. Bruins do have a lot of depth on their bench, but offensively, they've gone in spurts here in quarter number 1, just 6 points in 7 minutes. Inside to Hutton. Good footwork to try to get it to Delaney Edwards, and intercepted instead by the Pioneers. They come back the other way. Shekels thought about the drive and then pulls it out instead. Back to the corner to Roberts. Back to Shekels up top. Drives to her right. Inside. Nice find that time by Michaela Smith, that she's able to finish in close. Doubles the lead, 12-6. Edwards driving through the lane, and we're going to have a travel. Bruins getting in some trouble turnover-wise, and Pioneers taking advantage as we have just over 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. And Campbellsville leading 12-6. Meanwhile, up in Kentucky, Campbellsville in the midst of a pretty big run here as they've pushed their lead to 28-11 over the Bruins. Back to the outside, driving around, baseline jumper on the way from Shekels, and she gets the roll. 14-6 is our score here in quarter number 1. Pioneers able to chase it down once again. Hutton had that one poked away. They're going to call the reaching foul instead. 14-6 is our score. 1 minute and 28 seconds remaining in the first quarter as Kanichka and Dickinson coming back in. Three-point shot from the outside. And it's going to go back to Campbellsville. Lead now extended to 16-6. Three-point shot from the outside for Grayson Ledford. And again, the basket has a lid on it for the Bruins, and Campbellsville able to take advantage here as they push their lead to 16-6. And an offensive foul going to be called that time on Washington. And again, that's something that officials have been a little bit more cognizant of this year, is that initial drawing of contact by the offensive player to kind of ram themselves into the defender. Sometimes they can do that and create some space, but if you do that to get to get your advantage, officials have been cracking down on that to try to limit. And yes, that's going to be a travel on Dickinson as she lost her footing that time. 34 seconds remaining in quarter number one. Bruins trailing 16-6 here in this opening quarter, but it's been a good 3 or 4 minutes of scoreless action for the Bruins, as they have just not been able to get back into their rhythm offensively. Shekels has it, top of the key. It's a down to Walker on the baseline, back to Shekels. About a 4-second differential between the shot and game clock. Elbow jumper on the way. Smooth by Jaden Doffett. As she knocks it down, 18-6 is our score. Grayson Ledford over to Kanichka. Takes the three from the outside. I believe that one was tipped, and that shot's not going to count, even though it did go in. The end of quarter number one. The end of quarter number one, our score. Bruins trailing 18-6. Bruins are going to have to get things going offensively as they trail by 12. Stay with us. Back here for the second quarter of play. Bruins need to get things going offensively. They trail 18-6 as we begin quarter number two. If you're just joining us, again, having some score bug issues that we're trying to get worked out. But as I say that, I believe our score bug is back functioning. And all God's people said amen. Ainsley Hutton starting off the quarter strong for the Bruins, as she drives through the lane, absorbs the contact, and finishes the play. Shekels driving through the lane, tough shot. The Bruins, another thing they have been struggling with is the rebounding margin. Dickinson going through the lane, unfortunately couldn't stop her momentum. She just plowed over the defender.
Michaela Smith.
18-9 our score, 9.5 minutes in this second quarter. Bruins trying to apply that full court pressure. And again, one of the issues has been offensively, the Bruins have just committed some senseless turnovers. And then defensively, the Pioneers doing a great job of being aggressive. You saw it right there, finding that back door, allowing the help defense to come up, and then finding the player that's streaking towards the basket, and then rebounding. And coaches all over the country will tell you that rebounding is all about two things. One, positioning, and two, effort. And right now, the Pioneers just going after every loose ball that they can find. And that is part of the reason why they have pushed their lead to double digits. Now, the Bruins have hung around as Hutton began the quarter strong with a nice take to the basket. Andy Miller tried to find Hutton. This one bouncing around. Now Miller regathers it. And the Bruins will regroup offensively. Kanichka, top of the key, three-pointer off the iron and out. On the men's side, Bruins have started to chip away at the lead, but still trail 34-21. They're still in the first half up in Kentucky. If you're just joining us on the broadcast, I mentioned at the beginning, a little bit of a weird coincidence that the two ladies teams from these two programs are playing here in Greenville, and the two men's teams at the same time at 7 o'clock tip-off are playing up in Kentucky. You don't often see that. Oftentimes you see that back-to-back 5 and 7 o'clock matchup where both teams playing against one another, but just the way it shook out today. Skibo with the ball now, and again, Pioneers applying that full court pressure. And the Bruins have had some struggles in the first half here of getting around that. Bailey Green with the opportunity. Down in the corner. Inside to Walker, working on Hutton. And that basket up and good. Actually, that's Woods. And Woods took a hard fall earlier in the game, so good to see her back on the court. 21-11 is our score. Andy Miller, three-point shot away, is no good. Woods with the rebound. And again, Pioneers doing a great job, both offensively and defensively, of securing those rebounds. Woods takes it herself. Rebound to Gonzalez, back out to Woods. And Woods driving through the lane once again, and this time two Bruins colliding, but Kanichka eventually going to come away with it. Andy Miller back outside to Skibo. And Skibo going to be fouled going through the line. Or going through the lane, excuse me. Shot. And that time Delaney Edwards battling for the rebound. She's able to pull it down. And now we're going to have a foul.
That foul is on number 21, Michaela Smith. That's her second personal. Fourth team foul.
This will send Bailey Green to the line. 21-11 is our score. 6:44 left to go in this second quarter. Green able to hit the first. And with the Bruins having some struggles offensively, one of the ways you can slowly get your way back into the game is from the charity stripe. They've cut the lead to 9, but back come the Pioneers right away. This is Todd back in the corner now to Doffett. Williams, good ball movement by the Pioneers. Back to Williams. She'll take the three from the outside. Too strong. Grayson Ledford securing the rebound. Ledford trying to push it in transition. Finds Bethany Dalton on the baseline. Dalton with the left hand. No good. And that's going to be a foul on Bailey Green. Her first, team third here in quarter number 2. This one knocked down. Back come the Bruins the other way. Bethany Dalton racing up the floor. Up and in! Good move by Bethany Dalton that time, as again she knew the defender was coming hard and fast, and she was able to maintain composure and knock it down. And she'll go to the line for one more, misses that opportunity, and we're going to have a lane violation. So we'll do it one more time here. I want to share with you fans watching here on Facebook that we actually are streaming live to YouTube as well. And that is available on our YouTube channel, at youtube.com/BJU Bruins. Appreciate the work of our SID, Caitlin Unruh, and all of our video folks for their tireless efforts. But there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes for these video webcasts that fans don't get to see, and certainly couldn't do any of this without them. Good job by Edwards that time, poking it away. The Bruins get it back. Bethany Dalton keeps her dribble. Now to this near side. Bailey Green, turnaround shot, and that one went in and out. Thought that was going to go in, but it went all the way down and then crawled back up that net and said, no, I'm not going to do that. Shekels now turning and calling timeout. We're under 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. That'll also take us to immediate timeout. 21-15, Bruins starting to edge closer. With Southern roots and a Southwest flavor, Barbaritos is founded on freshness. Barbaritos has 3 locations close to BJU, and each provides great food at an affordable price. You can download the Barbaritos app to start earning points today. Barbaritos, food, community, people. I also want to give a shout out to Red Elm Landscaping, as they're one company that handles all of your property needs, from landscape and outdoor living to home care. Red Elm provides quality services that keep you covered year-round. Give them a call today, 864-365-6565, or online at redelm.com. To get back underway here in the second quarter. 4 minutes and 54 seconds remaining prior to halftime. And again, we have seen this first half just some spurts of offensive energy from the Bruins, but some of the reasons for their 3-game winning streak has been their success in maintaining that offensive rhythm. Of course, the last home game we had here, the Bruins storming back by as many as, they were down by as many as 14, coming all the way back to win that one over Brevard. And what was a gutsy performance. Talking to Coach afterwards, he just said could be one of those turning points for us, especially as we get to the late stages of the season. Bruins having a sub getting ready to come in. That's Faith Sides checking in, and coming back in for the Pioneers is Michaela Smith. Again, she has been very efficient for Campbellsville so far in this one. Pioneers have it on the baseline. Shekels going to take the shot. They had 1 second on the shot clock to get a shot off, and that one not going to go. So Grayson Ledford bringing it up for the Bruins. Back to Kanichka, gets it to the sides on this near side. Top of the key to Dalton. Edwards, floating jumper on the way, and we're going to have a foul that time called on Alyssa Roberts, as Bethany Dalton had scrambled to try to get the ball. And off the ball foul called on Roberts that time. Dalton misses the second one, and I believe they're going to call a violation on Dalton, as she left a little early after the release. 21-16 our score here in quarter number 2. Just over 4 minutes to go here in the Davis Fieldhouse. Bruins hoping to keep their 3-game winning streak alive. But Campbellsville also riding a 3-game winning streak. Shekels through the lane. That shot on the way, no good. A rebound. Putback opportunity is also no good. But again, the story of this first half has been the Pioneers racing after those offensive rebounds. That was 3 different rebound chances they were able to get and extend possession. And again, some of that is size and athleticism, but the Bruins have got to really shore up that rebounding. They have been able to limit the Pioneers offensively. Again, Campbellsville scoring just 3 points in this second quarter in comparison to the 9 for the Bruins. Or excuse me, the 10 for the Bruins. Make it 22-16 with 3:45 remaining here in quarter number 2. Edwards back across to Grayson Ledford. Ball movement up to Kanichka. Back to Ledford. Ledford, nice crossover move. Back across to Dalton. One more to Kanichka in the corner. That shot too strong. Ledford going to chase down the rebound. Bruins get a fresh 20. Dalton back to Grayson Ledford. Surveying her options. Face sides. Tried to go inside to Edwards, and unfortunately off of Edwards' foot. And they'll go out of play. Another turnover for the Bruins. 22-16 with over 3 minutes to go in this second quarter. It's going to be a travel called on Walker that time. Or excuse me, on Smith. So that'll get the ball back to the Bruins. They have not led, I believe, the entirety of this game. And again, the Pioneers have done a great job with that defensive pressure. Shekels coming back the other way, and hard collision that time. There's that one on Delaney Edwards, her first, team 5th. So both teams in the bonus now for the remaining 2:41 of this quarter. Annie Miller and Catherine Skibo both coming back in for the Bruins. And another shooting violation. So we're going to have one more free throw. But I believe that's the third shooting violation on either team in this contest. And most of the time you see that once every couple of games, maybe 3 or 4 games. We've had 3 here tonight. 23-16 is our score. 2:41 left to go in this first half. Delaney Edwards brings it up on the advance. Tried to pass it back to Ledford. And the Bruins were arguing that it was tipped. But referee saying differently. This is 23-16. Pioneers get the ball on the baseline. Meanwhile, it's halftime up in Kentucky. Bruins trailing Campbellsville-Harrodsburg 51-36. Ledford. Skibo has it top of the key. Back to Ledford on this near side. Driving baseline. Gets double teamed and going to be a jump ball. And another, it's not going to be a turnover, but another wasted possession for the Bruins as the Pioneers get it back. Bruins have edged closer, but have not been able to close the gap. They still trail by 7. Gonzalez. This one across to Doffett, now in the corner, back to Gonzalez. Now back to Doffett, 3-point shot on the way, Splash Mountain. And that is 26-16, now back to a double-digit lead for the Pioneers. Annie Miller racing back the other way. Talked to the coaches, they're very excited about some of these new players that have joined the team this year and their prospect of development. Delaney Edwards is going to pick up the foul. She had gone through the lane trying to get a basket, and unfortunately some good hard-nosed defense, and she was not able to score and then just tried to regain possession and ended up committing the foul. Both teams are in the bonus, so this will send the Pioneers back to the free throw line. And in particular, it's Emily Washington able to make the first. And she hits the second as well. 28-16, just over a minute to go in this second quarter. Grayson Ledford. Inside of Delaney Edwards. Reverse layup on the way, no good. And again, that's one that Edwards is usually going to make. It's been that kind of a night, though, for the Bruins. Should be an offensive foul, and it is. That foul going to be called on Washington that time. And that is the third personal foul on Washington, so that could really pay dividends way later in this game. As I mentioned before, Bruins pretty deep in their lineup, while the Pioneers do have 5 players on the bench, so definitely a big enough rotation that you would need. But fouls could play a factor. Edwards, again, missing the opportunity in close. Bruins have been stuck at 16 for several minutes. Shekels Kicks it back out to Woods. And that's going to be a foul on Faith Sides, and again, going to send him to the line. So in that particular case, again, I don't know why you're challenging the defender out at half court. Picking up the reaching foul. That's the second one on Sides. And as I said, it sends the Pioneers to the line. First one, no good. And the second one is good, 29-16 here in quarter number 2. Back up top to Ledford. And back to Sides. 7 seconds. Getting the screen. Ledford looking at her options. Turn around. Shot on the way, and she got it to go. That breaks the scoreless drought for the Bruins as we go into the halftime break. 29-18 is our score. We'll be back for second half action as the Bruins hoping they have another comeback in them as we go into the second half. 29-18 our score here from the Davis Fieldhouse. Stay with us. Second half about to get underway here from the Davis Fieldhouse here in Greenville, South Carolina. Hey, folks, Johnny Gambit bringing you the call as the Bruins welcoming Campbellsville University-Harrodsburg out of Kentucky. And the Pioneers leading the Bruins 29-18. Bruins have had some struggles in a couple of categories. One, sustaining offensive rhythm, and two, really that rebounding. So we didn't get a chance to talk to Coach LeVere at halftime, but I guarantee you, having worked with him for 10 seasons now, that part of his talk to his players in terms of halftime adjustments, defensively the Bruins need to shore it up, but rebounding has got to be improved. Even though the Pioneers have a lot of size and athleticism, the Bruins just allowing themselves to get beat on the boards. Driving through the lane, up off the glass, no good. And Tamara Kanichka able to sky for the rebound. 29-18 our score here in quarter number 3. Dickinson trying to get it inside to Edwards. Back outside to Bethany Dalton. Dalton up to Kanichka. Back inside to Edwards. Nice pass inside to Dickinson. And that's a good start for the Bruins here in quarter number 3. 29-20 back to single digits. Again, earlier this week, the Bruins had a dramatic comeback on Tuesday night as they battled back from 14 down to eventually beat Brevard College. Nice jumper that time by Shekels, and back up to 11, 31-20. Ledford, three-point shot from the corner, and Grayson Ledford answering right back. Now to an 8-point game, 31-23. Shekels met by Dalton. Over to Gonzalez on this near side, back to Shekels up top. Gets it over to Doffett. Step back jumper on the way, no good. Again, the ball winding around, and this time going to be a jump ball. So stay Pioneers basketball. As Doffett has it on the baseline, gets it out to Woods. And another jump ball, so that'll go back to the Bruins this time. They've gotten it to as close as 5 in this game, but Pioneers have led pretty much the entirety of the contest. Kanichka back up top to Ledford. Swing pass over to Dalton. Upperclassmen back in for the Bruins. Back to Ledford on this near side. Meanwhile, we're back underway up in Kentucky as well. Again, the two men's teams from these programs both playing up in Kentucky tonight. And the two women's teams down here in Greenville. Inbound to Delaney Edwards. Edwards is fouled, but she kind of looks frustrated as she has missed several shots here in close. And she's had the positioning, but you know Delaney Edwards and how proficient she has been in her career here with the Bruins. And she is frustrated with some of those misses in close. Able to hit the first free throw. And she knocks both of them down. Back to a 6-point game now, 31-25. Shekels coming back the other way for the Pioneers. Driving baseline, now jumper on the way, no good. And Kanichka able to get the rebound. And it is Smith slow to get up. As Delaney Edwards able to score in transition. Now just a 4-point game. And the official making sure Michaela Smith is okay as she got tangled up and was a little slow to get up. Appears to be okay. Bruins have cut it back to 4. Doffett met by Grayson Ledford. Bruins with a little bit of a spark here, and a foul going to be called that time on Grayson Ledford. Her first, team first, here in quarter number 3. Again, we had talked about it briefly in the first half. A couple of different fouls, or a couple of different players, in foul trouble, particularly for the Pioneers. And Emily Washington, one of those players, she had 3 fouls in the first half as she looks to re-enter the game here and looks to be replacing Jaden Doffett. She's going to replace Michaela Smith. Again, Michaela Smith going down, getting tangled up with a Bruins player. Lead back up to 6, 33-27. Ledford. Back to Edwards. Now back to Ledford once again. Inside to Edwards. Edwards wraparound pass to Dickinson. Dickinson trying to move around and is going to be called for a 3-second violation. It's a pity because she found Edwards in the quarter and Edwards hit the 3, but it's not going to count. Still down by 6. Just over 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Bruins will be back home tomorrow afternoon as they take on Johnson & Wales University right here at the Fieldhouse. 3 o'clock tip-off. As I've said before, all of our Bruins games this 2021-22 year are free. So make your plans to join us here in the Fieldhouse. Find out scheduling information at bjubruins.com/calendar. Ledford pushing it ahead in transition. She drives to her right and going to drag that pivot foot. And that's going to be a travel back to the Pioneers. Over to Williams. Down in the corner to Washington. Takes the 3. No good. Rebound to Doffett. Back to Doffett at the top of the key. Step back jumper on the way. Got it to go. 3-point bomb that time by Jaden Doffett. A sophomore from Elsmere, Kentucky. Getting a big basket for Campbellsville that time. Back up to 9, 36-27. Make it 7 as Delaney Edwards hitting the elbow jumper. Under 5 to go here in quarter number 3. Pioneers have done a great job of late answering the Bruins' baskets. Washington through the lane, no good. This one bouncing all around. Washington getting it back again before Edwards able to pull down the rebound. And then Edwards, difficult pass that time, and unfortunately going to go out of play. So that'll be another turnover for the Bruins. And that'll bring us to another media timeout. FCI Agency is an insurance broker that provides auto, home, life, and business insurance. You have enough choices to make, so make one that always gets you the best rate. Check them out online, fcisc.com. .429 left to go here in quarter number 3. Your BJU Bruins trailing by 7, 36-29. And again, they've had opportunities here in this second half, cut it to just 4. But since then, the Bruins have not been able to get any closer. And that's a credit to Campbellsville as they have done a great job at coming up with key baskets. And again, the Pioneers doing a good job as well at attacking the rim, particularly in the rebounding, and they're playing some really hard-nosed defense. That's part of the reason they have maintained their lead. This one back to Washington. She'll take the baseline jumper and get it to go. Now back to Skibo. Back to Dalton. And it's going to be a reaching foul that time on Doffett. Second personal, second team foul. Annie Miller, top of the key, over to Catherine Skibo. Skibo inside to Hutton. Good find. Hutton back across to Ledford. Three-point shot away off the back iron, no good. Williams drives to her left through the lane, up off the glass, no good. Washington there for the offensive rebound and is able to get it to go. And again, those offensive rebounds, we don't have the official stats in front of us, but I would venture to guess it is close to double digits, if not over double digits already for the Pioneers. They've done a great job on the offensive glass. Missed free throw opportunity that time. Lead is back up to 11, 40-29. As we near the late stages of the third quarter here, Bruins are going to need twofold. They're going to need to start getting some offensive rhythm, and they're going to need defensively to shut down the Pioneers. Good find that time as Hutton able to bank it home. Lead back to single digits. 40-31. Shekels letting the defense drift away. Good rebound that time by the Bruins. Ledford pushing it in transition ahead to Dalton, and Dalton can't gather. Now gets it on the ground, trying to pass it ahead. Doffett ahead to Shekels, who's ahead of the defense. Layup up and good. And we're going to have a timeout called by the Pioneers. 42-31. 2:51 remaining here in quarter number 3. With nationwide capabilities, Ronald Blue Trust provides wealth management strategies and trust services that are based on biblical principles to help clients make wise financial decisions, live generously, and leave a lasting legacy. You can find out more information, ronblue.com/Greenville. Bruins coming back the other way. Kanichka with a nice turnaround jumper, no good. Pioneers able to get the rebound, and we're going to have a jump ball called that time. It'll be Pioneers' possession still. As Gonzalez and Woods coming back in for Campbellsville. Meanwhile, up in the men's game, Bruins trailing by 16 up in Kentucky. And these two women's teams met earlier in the year, with Campbellsville winning by 14 in the last matchup. Bruins hoping they can keep their winning streak alive. And we're going to have a foul called here. That's on Tamara Konechka, her first, team third, here in the third quarter. That'll send Baronia Woods to the line. Woods misses the second opportunity. Still an 11-point game, 42-31. Skibo back to Edwards. Nice pass on the backdoor baseline, but Hutton not able to finish it that time. It was a great find from Edwards. A little bit of an awkward angle for Hutton. Not able to go that time, but again, as we get to the late stages of this third quarter, and definitely as we go into the fourth, those are buckets that you got to have. Edwards able to knock down the baseline jumper. Back to a 9-point game. Gonzalez. Step back jumper for Doffett. That one no good. Skibo the rebound. Minute 31 and counting. Skibo inside to Edwards. Goes around and is fouled and one. Bruins in a little bit of a run here. They did it a couple of times in this game. Got it as close as 4. And now an opportunity to cut it back to 6. And that is the 4th personal foul on Michaela Smith. She has been such a presence for the Pioneers inside. Gonna have to be careful now as she's got 4. Doffett bringing it ahead for the Pioneers. Yeah, it's going to be a foul on Annie Miller on the reach. So that'll be, I believe, that'll put the Pioneers in the bonus. Oh, no, that's just the 4th team foul. First foul on Annie Miller, 4th team foul. Inbounded to Doffett, back to Gonzalez in the corner. Nearing a minute to go here in quarter number 3. Yeah, we're going to have an offensive foul off the ball here. I did not see who that was on. It looks like it's going to be on Doffett. That's going to be personal foul number 3. And 4th team foul for the Pioneers. Konechka getting it to Hutton. Hutton has this one poked away by Skibo. Douthit coming back the other way and is able to settle in time to get the layup. Back to an 8-point game, 44-36. And another turnover. Again, this is what the Bruins get in trouble with sometimes, is one turnover turns into 2. And particularly when you've been playing from behind a majority of the game, you've got to be able to not get those turnovers. Ball goes to Woods. Woods, tough shot. She's able to get the offensive rebound, and a foul going to be called again. And that's on Delaney Edwards. That's her 3rd. That'll send Woods to the line. She hits the first. Misses the second. Hutton able to get the rebound. Back to Hutton inside. Good give and go. Hutton. That one tipped away from Hutton. She gets it back and scores on the layup. Clock continues to run here in quarter number 3. And we're going to have a foul called with less than a second remaining. And unfortunately, the Pioneers are in the bonus. So that foul going to send Douthit to the line for an opportunity at 2 free throw shots here. And again, 0.8 on the clock. She's able to hit the first. Opportunity for the Pioneers to go up by 9 here as we end quarter number 3, and they will. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So Bruins continuing to trail as we head to the final frame, 47-38. Stay with us. About to begin quarter number 4 here in the Davis Fieldhouse. Bruins still trailing by 9. They have cut it to as close as 4, but that's as close as it has gotten. As again, the Pioneers have done a great job in the late stages of each quarter at coming up with big shots. We're going to have a kick here. So I think it'll be Bruins basketball. Bailey Green had it in close, and the ball on the ground once again. And we're going to have another kick. And it'll stay Bruins ball as that one again went off the foot of a defender. Sides, back out to Bethany Dalton. Grayson Ledford inside to Bailey Green. Green misses that one, trying to get it out to Shea Dickinson, and now Dickinson's going to be called for the reach-in here. And that's the 4th foul on Shea Dickinson. This one chased down by Ledford. Dalton, and again that high defensive pressure by the Pioneers really has been effective, and it's been effective in two ways. One, they've been able to force a number of turnovers on the Bruins, but two, part of the efficiency of a press is that it slows down the offense to where by the time you get across half court, you've already drained a good bit of that shot clock, so you have less time to be able to get into your offensive rhythm. Grayson Ledford will stop at the top of the key. That three, no good. Dalton able to sky for the rebound, and she pushes it back to a 7-point lead, or a 7-point deficit for the Bruins, 47-40. Now the Bruins applying some pressure defensively. That shot in the key, no good. Dalton able to get the rebound once again. Here she goes through the lane. Drops it back to Dickinson. That one blocked. Shekels takes the mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded that time by Britnam.
That foul is on number 11, Grayson Ledford. That's her second personal. Second team foul. So for the Bruins, now entering the game, number 32, Delaney Edwards, replacing number 12, Bailey Reed, and entering for the Pioneers, number 2, Oriana Woods, and number 21, Michaela Smith.
Bruins coming back the other way. Going to be a foul called that time. So Dickinson will go to the line for two. 47-40, 8 minutes remaining. Meanwhile, up in Kentucky, Bruins have battled back but still trail by 11. 92-81, just 3.5 minutes remaining in the second half. Dickinson able to knock down the first. Again, the Bruins have gotten it as close as 4, but that's all they've gotten to. It is now at 5, 47-42. Shekels trying to drive around, and it's going to be a 10-second violation. Bruins will get the ball back. Good defensive effort that time by the Bruins. Opportunity to make it a one-possession game here. Dickinson from the corner. No good. Shekels able to pull down the rebound. Under 8 minutes to go here, quarter number 4. Bruins have slowly began to chip away at the lead and chip away. Pioneers would extend it. Bruins now back, trailing by 5. Shekels through the lane. Not going to hit anything. Opportunity going up that time was Britnam. And that's going to be a foul on Grayson Ledford, her third, team third. And the Bruins could be running into foul trouble in the late stages of this game, but more so if you look at the team foul count. They've got 3. And again, you don't want to give your opponent the opportunity to keep going back to the free throw line. Back to Edwards. She'll take the shot just inside the free throw line. Shekels pushing it in transition. Edwards able to make the steal 3-on-1 back across the sides. And it's going to be a turnover. I believe we have another foul called here.
That foul is on number 10, Faith Sides. It's her third personal, 4th team foul.
Woods. Back across. It's going to be a kick, and it'll stay. Well, it's going to stay Pioneers' ball anyways. And now we have a foul called on sides. And here is the issue. So Sides was reaching in on that play. And we're actually going to have a retaliation foul as well. So it'll be interesting how they score this. As there was a foul on Sides, and then Shekels turned around and shoved Sides to the ground. So I think we're going to get, at minimum, a technical foul called here. But I am not sure. Okay, so it's just going to be an intentional foul assessed to Shekels. Or a flagrant foul, I should say.
Official ruling. Common foul on number 10, Faith Sides. And then a technical foul after the play by number 5, Nia Shekels. So Nia Shekels will shoot free throws, and then the Bruins will shoot the technical after.
So we'll have free throws for both teams here, and then the Bruins will get the ball after that. Shekels able to make the first, pushes it up to an 8-point game, 50-42. Second one from Shekels is no good. And now the Bruins will get 2 free throws on this end. And it'll be Delaney Edwards taking the 2 free throws on the Bruins side. So again, if she makes both, opportunity to cut it to 6. She misses the first. And again, one thing the Bruins might be looking back on at the end of this one is missed opportunities. They have had a number of shots in close that are high percentage looks, and you got to look at the free throw line as well. First one missed, second one good, so really the margin going to be the same as it was before that whole sequence at 7 points. 50-43. We have 6.5 left to go in this one, but it will be Bruins possession. Annie Miller trying to throw it inside, and again intercepted by Washington. Back to Woods. Now back to Washington, driving through the lane. Gonzalez thought about it for a second, driving through the lane now. Brittenham back to Woods. She'll drive through the lane, and a travel. Pioneers right back into that press. Bruins are going to have to be able to break it. And we're going to have a foul on Doffett. Six minutes remaining. Can the Bruins complete the comeback in the late stages? Hutton back to Konechka. Back inside to Skibo. Skibo had it poked away, and it'll go off the Bruins last. And that'll be back to the Pioneers. Woods. Brittenham. Douthit for three. Got it. Big shot that time by Jaden Douthit. She's able to push it back to double digits, 53-43. And again, that has been the kind of the MO for the Pioneers all game long. When the Bruins have gotten close, Campbellsville has done an excellent job at making those key shots. And able to get it down to 4, then it'll go back up to 7, back up to 10, back up to 12. And the Bruins really having to constantly play from behind pretty much the entirety of this game. And now, with 5 minutes remaining, Pioneers will be in the bonus the rest of the way out as well. Both free throws made, lead back up to 12, 55-43. And again, the Pioneers applying that full court pressure, which is something the Bruins have struggled with a lot. Have to get it across. Awful close that time. Ledford through the lane. She'll take the jumper, no good. And that's going to be a media timeout. Last media timeout of the fourth quarter. Cambria Hotel of Greenville is the official hotel of your BJU Bruins. They're located just off Woodruff Road. Cambria is a brand new hotel offering great amenities at a beautiful new facility. You can book your next day online at choicehotels.com. Give you an update from Kentucky. Our Bruins men's team falling in a tough one. Final score from Kentucky, Pioneers 105 and your BJU Bruins 91. Stay tuned for the post-game recap, which will be available on our website at bjubruins.com. And, of course, after this game, we'll catch up with Coach Levere and get his thoughts on the matchup. Four minutes and 47 seconds. Bruins hoping they can get back in this one, but the Pioneers starting to pull away. Douthit has it at the top. Gets it over to Woods, met by Hutton. Inside to Washington. Pioneers doing a good job drawing a lot of clock here in the late stages, and a turnaround jumper. That's a great possession again for Campbellsville as they're able to get in the lane, drain some clock, and come away with points. Lead now at 14, 57-43. We're going to have a timeout called by the Bruins. Just over 4 minutes to go in this one. Again, as I said before, the Bruins will be back home tomorrow afternoon as they welcome Johnson at Wales University at Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a 3 o'clock tip-off. We'll have it right here for you on our Facebook page as well as on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BJU Bruins. Grayson Ledford driving around, and it's going to be a blocking foul called on Gonzalez. Second personal, fourth team. Bruins look at the ball on the baseline. Grayson Ledford into Skibo. She'll take the corner three, no good. Skibo able to run after the ball and get it herself. And then a turnover. Douthit. Back to Woods. Clock continues to run, and again, Coach Tribble telling his team to slow it down. And when you have a 14-point lead in the late stages of the game, the clock can pretty much equal points. Again, in that particular possession, even though they got a shot clock violation, you almost take that as a win for if you're the Pioneers. You just drained 30 seconds off the clock. And you have a 14-point lead. Bruins need some answers offensively, and they need them soon. They're able to break the press effectively that time. Konitschka back across to Grayson Ledford. Ledford drives around one defender back to Edwards. Edwards trying to drive baseline. And it's Grayson Ledford knocking it down. 3 minutes to go here in this one. And a steal that time. Bruins coming back the other way. Edwards going through the lane, no good. And Woods able to get the rebound. Back come the Pioneers in transition. Gonzalez through the lane. Slips it off to Brittenham. And she skies for the rebound. Back to 14, 59-45. And we're going to have a foul that time on Delaney Edwards. And I believe that's her fourth. It is. That's her fourth personal foul. And again, Pioneers in the bonus the rest of the way out. Again, the Bruins have had the effort, but you really have to give credit where credit is due. And Pioneers have really played great defense. Rebounding has been stellar. And again, one of the keys to the victory, if the Pioneers are able to hang on for this one, again, the Bruins running out of time for that dramatic comeback. But one of the keys to the victory for Campbellsville today has been their ability to make those key shots. Again, the Bruins Konitschka, three-point shot away, no good. Konitschka gets it right back and follows her own shot for two. Bruins again in that full court pressure. Shekels back into the game now. And showing that speed and athleticism, trying to find Gonzalez, and that'll be a turnover on the Pioneers. 2 minutes to go. And the Bruins are going to need baskets, and they're going to need them fast. Ledford drives to her left. Gets it to Edwards. Edwards through the lane. Nobody around her. She drops it in. Back to a 10-point game. 59-49. Under 2 minutes to go. Gets it ahead to Douthit. Shekels at the top of the key. She drives to her left. Finds Gonzalez. Again, trying to drain as much clock as they can. Back out to Williams. And Williams will commit the travel, so it'll go back to the Bruins on the turnover. Good play that time as Bethany Dalton getting into the lane. Could they do it? 8 points. Need a defensive stop as we near the minute mark. Shekels again pulls it back. And going to be a timeout called by Coach Tribble and the Pioneers as they're hoping they can hang on for this one. Bruins again at this point in the game They're in the bonus, but you're going to have to play really high-pressure defense with the hopes of getting a steal and or getting a quick basket offensively. A lot of people recall back to the Reggie Miller days. What was it, 9 points in 8 seconds? Doesn't happen very often. Certainly feasible, though. Bruins are going to need to get some quick steals and use that transition play to hopefully have a dramatic comeback here in the final minute of the game. (59-51). Washington inbounds to Douthit. Bruins again drawing a lot of clock here. Back to Williams. She goes through the lane. That one blocked by Kanichka. It'll stay Pioneers' possession. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Douthit driving through the lane. Shot on the way, no good. They're not going to call the violation as Kanichka had already pulled down the blocked shot. Dickinson through the lane, up off the glass, no good. Washington again pushing it in transition, and again, you're needing a foul here if you're the Bruins. All kinds of time going off. And actually, Coach Tribble going to call a timeout here. .25 seconds left. Probably too little too late for the Bruins. They kept battling back time and time again throughout this game. But again, you got to credit the Pioneers as they have come up with big shot after big shot after big shot. And it's really been 3 or 4 players for Campbellsville that has helped them been able to maintain this lead. So the Pioneers will have the inbound. And they get it back to Washington. Now Douthit. And now Dalton going to have to foul here. And then again, Pioneers are in the bonus. So they'll go to the line. And Dalton, that is her 3rd personal foul on the evening. First one is good from Washington. Second one is also good, so back up to a 10-point game. And again, as valiant of a fight as this has been, unfortunately the Bruins are going to see their 3-game winning streak coming to an end. As they fall in this one. Again, they'll be back at home tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, I should say, as they take on Johnson & Wales University right here in the Davis Field House. Bruins will get the inbound, 18 seconds. 10-point deficit. Bruins are going to have to score quickly. Ledford driving around, goes to her right. Back across to Konechka. Has that one tipped away. Dalton through the lane. Up off the glass, no good. Edwards able to get the rebound and score. It's going to cut it back to an 8-point game, but unfortunately, that's how this one will end. Final score here from the Davis Fieldhouse. The Pioneers hang on, 61-53. Your final score here as the Bruins see their 3-game winning streak come to an end. And for Campbellsville, that is their 4th win in a row. Again, the Bruins will be back here tomorrow afternoon as they take on Johnson and Wales University. 3 o'clock tip-off is our set time for tomorrow afternoon. Make your plans to join us on our webcast or join us if you're here in person. Free admission for anybody who comes out to the game tomorrow afternoon. Again, 3 o'clock tip-off, and we will see you at that time. That's going to do it for us here on the broadcast. I'm Johnny Gammett saying good night, God bless, and go Bruins.